Somebody been shot in the head. Somebody been shot. They been shot. I just came out the bathroom and he was on the floor. I don't know what happened.
Crime Binge Cafe.
When this man killed one person, yeah, he was a killer. But when he killed two others beside my nephew, you're not a killer, you're a serial killer.
An accused killer is being blamed for tearing apart 3 different families. In one case, we learned the man who was arrested dismembered his victim, allegedly, and reportedly dumped the remains in another state.
Mr. Richardson.
John Richardson kept his head down as the judge read off his new charges.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charges altogether, the most serious of which is a charge of first-degree murder.
In the early morning hours of January 25th in Greensboro, North Carolina, police responded to a 911 call and discovered a 46-year-old male, later identified as Michael Hemphill, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was then rushed to the hospital but would succumb to his injuries just days later. Greensboro police were now working a homicide. As detectives began to piece together clues and search for a suspect or motive, fear began to grip the community. They began by digging into the victim's background. Michael had built himself quite the rap sheet. Could he have created any enemies along the way? Family and friends were quick to dismiss the idea that Michael had anyone angry enough with him to take his life in such cold blood, and pointing out that after a short stay in North Carolina prison system, Michael had turned a new leaf. Detectives, it seems, were back to square one. Another homicide not far away would rock the community, sending the case down another path. Greensboro, it seems, may have an active serial killer in their community.
I woke up and I heard a man yelling and it sounded like he was getting beat up, and I see his body in the parking lot by the dumpster.
On the early hours of March 10th, 2022, Greensboro police would receive a call referencing an assault. Police would arrive on the scene and discover 41-year-old Mark Gilbert Jr. behind a dumpster, suffering from severe injuries. He was transported to a local hospital, but would later succumb to his injuries. This time, police had a witness. That witness would explain that in the early morning hours, she was awakened by a man screaming as he was being attacked. It would later be disclosed that the suspect had taken the victim's cell phone and car. Greensboro police put out a bolo for a gray 2010 Chrysler 300. As police began their manhunt for a suspect, as with the Michael Hemphill case, they began by digging into the victim's past and was shocked to learn that he too had a lengthy past and was released from prison on the same day he was killed after serving 17 years in North Carolina prison systems. Detectives were baffled and pleaded with the community to come forward with leads. Some members of the community accused the department of not doing enough to solve the cases, prompting Greensboro police to hold a news conference to ensure the community that they were working round the clock. Then on March 28th, Candace Ryan would report her fiancé James Goolsby missing. In her official missing report statement, Candace explained that on the morning of March 25th, as she was preparing for work, James had told her he would be going to a friend's house to pick up a larger grill for a cookout. She explained that although she had never met the friend, her fiancé had known him through an acquaintance. Although she did not know his name, she was able to provide ring camera footage of him picking her fiancé up that day. During the investigation of the missing man, police would eventually tie John Richardson to all 3 murders.
Hearing more from grieving loved ones connected to a Greensboro man accused of killing 3 people. Good evening, I'm Chad Silber. Julie Luck is on leave. James Goolsby disappeared last month. Investigators found his body weeks later in Henry County, Virginia. Police say they've arrested John Richardson, who's responsible for his death. They say he's also facing charges for the deaths of 2 other men. WFMY News 2's Avery Powell sat down with the girlfriend of the latest victim.
John Richardson faces charges in the deaths of those 3 men, and family and friends of the victims are searching for answers. Tonight, I spoke to the most recent victim's girlfriend. She says the love of her life was taken from her.
It feels so surreal still. I don't want to accept it.
Candace Ryan still can't believe her boyfriend James Goolsby is gone.
I'm used to being with this man 365, 24/7. So now I'm having to rewrite my whole life. I don't know what I'm going to do without him.
Ryan says Goolsby went missing March 25th when he left with this man, John Richardson, to get a grill for a cookout.
I told him, I was like, I don't think you should go. And he trusted anybody.
She reported him missing the following Monday.
I knew that Saturday something was wrong. I don't never just go without hearing from him for an entire 24 hours.
Investigators found Goolsby's body in Virginia a few weeks later.
He's just a great person all around. And he made a friend everywhere he went.
Richardson is charged with Goolsby's murder, along with the murders of 2 other men, Michael Hemphill in January and Mark Gilbert Jr. in March. Gilbert's ex-wife just wants to know why.
At this point, I'm feeling like he's a serial killer. You just out here killing people, and for what?
Hemphill's longtime friend says he's thankful Richardson was caught.
Just thinking about it now, it could have been your neighbor. It could have been someone you went to work with. It puts a fear in you, but then I feel safe because I know he's where he belongs.
Now the families and friends want justice.
I pray that he never gets out. He doesn't deserve to ever see the light of day again.
All 3 men leave behind children. Goolsby's funeral service will be on Thursday in